Hello, everyone. My name is Asma Rasim. I'm a Scobell Fellow at the Friends Committee on National Legislation Education Fund. I work with the Peacebuilding team and support the coordination efforts of the Prevention and Protection Working Group, better known as PPWG. I would love to share a little about my personal journey and how I ended up at FCNL. In August 2014, life as I knew it changed. It was the day I said goodbye to my parents, my siblings, in the city where I was born and raised, Al Hudaydah, and my country, Yemen. I came to the US as an exchange student through the Kennedy Lugar Youth Exchange and Study Program. This was my senior year in high school. I was supposed to be in the US for only 10 months and return to Yemen. However, the war in Yemen started 3 months before my scheduled return date. Under the guidance of the US State Department, I remained in America because the security situation in Yemen took a bad turn. It has been 7 years now, and I have not been able to visit Yemen. Due to the tragic and painful experience of watching my family and Yemenis suffer, I developed a deep desire for peace in my country and empathy for other nations undergoing war and humanitarian crises. My interest and passion for peace and conflict resolution inspired my education in international studies with a focus on international social justice. After being selected by the Herbert Scoville Junior Peace Fellowship, I chose to work at FCNL because I wanted to be part of the peace-building team as they advocate to reduce violent conflict and propose holistic solutions for ending war. I was also attracted to FCNL because of its work and advocacy on Yemen. Over the course of the last several months, I have been supporting PPWG's work. I have learned firsthand how experts come together in a coalition and collectively push for real policy change with the administration and the Hill. I have learned about many other countries where populations face similar hardships during insecurity, violence, and humanitarian catastrophes. Most of all, I learned how civil society unites in Washington, D.C. to work on improving U.S. government mechanisms in peace building. I also learned how difficult it is for advocates and how committed they have to be to their long-term vision to sustain the many disappointments in policy work until they realize their hope for peace in different parts of the world. I worked very closely on the Ethiopia conflict and got to interact with country experts that were briefing the administration and the Hill in attempts to de-escalate the unfortunate security crisis in Ethiopia. They provided great input into the Ethiopia country assessment I was updating for PPWG, which was submitted to the Atrocity Early Warning Task Force. It has been a privilege to meet and speak with multiple experts on Ethiopia, as well as attend briefings where experts proposed solutions to de-escalate the conflict and prevent harm to the population. I also learned a lot by briefly supporting the Middle East policy team. I had the opportunity to directly advocate for ending the ongoing blockade on Yemen and support educational efforts in urging Congress to end US complicity in the war. My professional experience at FCNL has taught me the intricate complexities of US foreign policy. Nevertheless, it has also highlighted the great need for advocates that work on peace building around the world and the importance of coalitions that lead this work. While there is much work to be done in improving the US government's mechanisms to build peace, two key legislations have laid the foundation. The passage of the Elie Wiesel Genocide and Atrocities Prevention Act and the Global Fragility Act have paved the way, and implementation efforts continue to challenge the status quo in Washington. It has been a real honor to serve as a member of the peace community in DC. I have learned what it takes to advocate for prevention of violent conflicts and help save and protect innocent lives around the world. Truly, it is when advocates come together, whether in Washington or Yemen, they directly influence positive change. Though the road may be full of obstacles, the journey is worth uplifting humanity. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my story, and much gratitude to you for supporting the work we do at FCNL.